On today's episode of Anime Afterthought, Jujutsu Kaisen, episode 18, Sage. This is how you do an anime adaptation. Every episode has been one hit after another, and they just keep coming. Episode 17 gave us peak art and animation with the battle between Maki and Mai. But given the latest development, it looks like we're gearing up for another all-out battle. And I have to say, the final image of today's episode will stick with me for a while, because it looks like the special grade Curse Hanami is ready to battle. It fighting for Mother Earth, with the simple goal of rejuvenating the planet through sacrificing humanity. Yo, I definitely pity the fool who debates this curse on climate change. You might just end up with a tree chunk up your ass. Besides setting up our next cursed encounter, we were giving an amazing battle between Fushiguro and Noritoshi Kamo, the only semblance of leadership coming from the Kyoto Jujutsu High. And I have to say, he has one of the most OP yet creepy fucking abilities in all of anime. I mean, fuck, even The Last Airbender had it. I'm talking about blood manipulation, but this dude is definitely on another level. Not only can he manipulate his blood to create objects such as blades or even nets, but by attaching his blood to other objects, he in turn is able to manipulate them, as we see with his homing arrows at the beginning of the battle. But being able to manipulate your own blood doesn't mean you have to rely on blood packs. He has an entire body to manipulate, and we can see this as he begins to alter the own blood flowing in his body, significantly increasing his energy as well as his strength and speed. Basically, if Gonta from Dead Man Wonderland fucked Luffy in his second gear, out pops Noritoshi. And at least that way, he wouldn't be considered the son of a whore. Once again, we're seeing that these families are playing a very pivotal role on the mindsets of so many of these Jujutsu sorcerers. Everything is about those bloodlines and the hereditary techniques, and it looks like this is the reason why Fushiguro has earned a lot of the ire coming from Noritoshi. The fact that a non-Zenin clan member has somehow inherited the Shadow Shigami techniques, but even though he states that, it doesn't seem like he actually despises Fushiguro. I almost see some parallels between him and Maki, with that once I become head of the clan, I'm about to completely fuck shit up. As well you should, dude. They're basically saying the only value you have in your life was because your father's real wife couldn't produce an heir, yet they still treat your mother like shit. But anyways, back to the battle. It's fucking beautiful. Once again, we are getting dynamic angles, we are getting some awesome effects. The art and animation are so on point, it's fucking ridiculous. Not to mention they put on a full display of all their powers. Once again, like I said, Noritoshi has the ability to manipulate blood, not only on the outside, but also on the inside, basically giving him a giant boost when it comes to his physical capabilities. A spot where he actually complimented Fushiguro on, acknowledging that his ability is usually used at long range. It's quite impressive to see that he has upped his game this much when it comes to close quarter combats. Remember, up until Yuji was miraculously resurrected, the goal was to have Fushiguro fight Todo. And if he learned anything in his battle previously with him, is that he's gonna have to step up his game when it comes to fisticuffs. But of course, this wouldn't be an anime if there wasn't some kind of mid-battle conversation. Once again, it lands on the topic of Yuji and the fact that Noritoshi does indeed plan on killing Sukuna's vessel. But Fushiguro is dead set on not letting that happen. Why? Because he chooses to do so. Morality be damned, I'm choosing my actions based off my own conscience. For stepping off this path would be an insult to those who have sacrificed themselves for me. With images of his mother and Yuji fresh on his mind, he goes in for the counterattack, using his frog Shikigami as a decoy, setting up the 1-2 combo, summoning an elephant and with it a torrent of water. Now drenched to the bone and out in the open, it's up for our electric owl Nue, and with an electric shock, Noritoshi has taken some damage. But before he can be finished off, he is able to manipulate a blood pack into a makeshift net, trapping the Shikigami. But as the two charge at each other with intentions of ending the fight, the battle is interrupted. And as if the forest itself has come to life, an avalanche of sentient trees has made their way to the battleground. But they are not alone. Running for his very life is Inumaki, who uses his cursed speech to tell Noritoshi and Fushiguro to run. And even though they are staying ahead of the foliage that follows, they eventually come come face to face with the menace behind this madness, the special grade curse known as Hanami. Oh, and it's not looking for much, just time. Not the time. Time for the planet to recuperate after the infestation known as humanity. So would you kindly become the sacrifices for a greener world and die? So I was like 95% sure, like once we saw the cursed spirits gathering with Geto, that they were eventually going to use this as an opportunity to infiltrate, to get Sukuna's fingers. That's the goal. But I have to say, with Inumaki out there, and it was revealed that the second grade curse was actually replaced by a unique first grade curse with the intent of actually killing Yuji, to see its head fall off so easily dispatched, but then to see Hanami come out, I was fucking flabbergasted. So they're actually gonna do it. They're invading during this thing, which I assume at this point in itself, because we haven't seen Mahito inside of this barrier, that it's a decoy, correct? To keep the heavy hitters preoccupied with the threat of their students, being killed, while they go off and complete their main goal of stealing the fingers they have already collected. And I also really like that there's limitation to the powers and this stuff, like a good give and take, equivalent exchange. How they created this seemingly impenetrable barrier, or at least when it comes to Gojo, no, in reality, it was specifically designed to keep him out. But to achieve that power, they basically had to let everyone else in. And oh my god, I did not see the principle of Kyoto. I did not see his power being a fucking guitar. What is his name? Gakuganji. But he's going up against a Buffalo Bill, a Leatherface type character. Not to mention the main battle that's shaping up with Hanami and Inumaki, Noritoshi, and Fushiguro. Like, we've seen Inumaki use his power now a couple times. He was easily able to put to sleep and tell, Fushiguro and Noritoshi to run away. Like, he has the ability to even stop Toto, right? Even though he was able to stop this curse, when it came to actually dealing damage from the other two, it seemed fucking invincible. But I can already tell where this is going. There's two people unaccounted for. So I just know when shit hits the fan, the best friend tag team combo of the century, Toto and Yuji, are gonna fucking show up. I just know it. Anyways, like I said, today's episode was fucking amazing. This series has been an example of what an adaptation should be. I love every single fucking second of it. So with all that being said and more Jujutsu Kaisen next week, I honestly cannot wait for future episodes.